Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first Crypto Down Under Bitcoin analysis update video. This is going to be a newer format that I'm going to try and put out videos for as often as possible or for when it's necessary, depending on the price action. But I will also be doing live streams still. But this is, yeah, just to keep a nice short format so that you can stay up to date in a nice timely fashion, I suppose. All right. So with that in mind, let's get straight to it. So starting on the daily, I know everyone's been tracking and pointing toward what is potentially a bull flag, or what was the theory of a bull flag, which I think is still, you could still argue the case for that being still alive, like that still has not been invalidated yet. The push down that we had recently to $49,000 was definitely some kind of, I would say, a liquidity sweep or liquidation hunt, that kind of nature of a sell off. So we're back in the channel now, or the flag, whatever you want to call it, and we're waiting to see if that was the bounce to take us to the next test of the top of this channel. And, from a bullish perspective, hopefully we do get a breakout, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if at all. So for now, I think you know if we just jump back down to the hourly chart, this reaction at 50,000, or even 49 if you want to get technical with it, has been pretty significant. We're not out of the woods yet. We still have to break the downtrend to the upside. Now, if I go back down to the hourly chart, is there any trend line that we can follow that is adhering to a trend? Or is the price action adhering to any kind of downtrend line? And I would say not quite, not on the hourly chart anyway. There is this trend line, but let me just see if there's any other, just while I'm looking at it now, there may be something here that you could be pointing toward between these 2 points. That may be a test. And if we go down to like the 15-minute chart, you could probably find something even more low, like lower time frame, that may need to, yeah, look, so this has had a break. You can see initially it had a reaction. So you had, one, two, three, and then on the fourth, it seems to be challenging that trend line now. And we're going to see if we can spring off that, bounce off that trend line, the top of the trend line, bouncing off the flipper. All right. So going back out, I didn't really want to focus too much on the short time frame. I want to keep it more overviewed, a higher, bird's eye view kind of thing. So the structure to the downside has been broken. If you're just looking at this segment of history, of price history, we have a low here, a lower low here, another lower low, and now a fourth or a third lower low, the fourth low that has kept the structure going down. And as similar with the highs, you had the high here, a lower high, so on and so forth. We've had, consistent lower highs being set in, which is, these are the hallmarks of a downtrend, right? So to break structure, to get bullish again from that time frame, what you would need to do is break above this. We need to, convincingly break above $70,000, get candle body closes above it, and even better, if we can get lows holding 70,000, that's when bull mode is back on. But for now, we are dealing with what may be the beginnings of a broader correction, and maybe we do come down to test lower levels. But for now, this is like my overarching view. Now, on the weekly time frame, we were on the day. Let's go to the weekly. I still think that the weekly structure is bullish. The reason being is, if I just simplify it, we had a low, the lowest low, a double top here, so I'm going to call that the high, a pullback, so a higher low, the ETF approval high, a higher high, the the sell-off of the ETF after the approval, so a higher low again, and a massive rally that took us to a brand new all-time high, so a higher high, and now we're sort of figuring out where the next low is going to be set in, and we may have seen it. So if this was it, hypothetically, then I think we still have on the weekly time frame a bullish structure. We have not broken the bull trend, the bull rally, the cycle, however you want to name it. I think this is still all intact. Now let me grab one other line. This is the last little thought that I'll cover. So I think we're at 6 minutes now almost for the video. So I'm going to keep it nice and concise. So if you take that low, which falls on roughly this line here, you can see there's, I would argue, 3 touches. It's not perfect. It's more of a zone, but it's, high 40s basically. So it's a zone that exists between, I would say, these 2 lines here. And you've got 3 key pivots off it. So here's the first pivot. We'll call that 1. Here's the second pivot. We'll call that 2. And then now we're potentially getting a third pivot, which is a support pivot, which is 3. So resistance pivot, and then a support pivot at 3. So SR flip, nice and simple. Obviously, the outlook will change if we lose this zone. If we get back below this zone in time, then obviously I will be a lot more bearish for the shorter term, or the medium term, and Bitcoin will have a lot to prove to become bullish again, in my opinion. But for now, I think this flag theory, this flag hypothesis is still in play. It's the more time it spends in it, the worse. It really needs to make a decision and break out in the next push, I would say. But yeah, too long spent in a channel, it starts to sort of invalidate the flag theory. We had a flag theory back here too at one point, I'm sure, and we lost that one. That broke down. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this short video. I hope you enjoy this shorter format. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have anything to add, or just any kind of words of encouragement or any criticism. So bring it on. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.